All right, so in this video, I am going to discuss Amazon Attribution and basically running Facebook ads from Amazon or from Facebook to Amazon directly. So Amazon has this new tool that it's actually been out for a little while now, but they have this tool that allows you to do attribution where you can basically run off Amazon traffic to Amazon and then they'll attribute it to sales. So let me show you what it looks like. So basically you just go to, I think just searching like Amazon Attribution, or it might be attribution.amazon.com, but it's under the advertising section. So right now it's actually advertising.amazon.com. So anyway, when you want to set this up, basically what you do is come in here and then create what's called a new order. And what you can do basically is you would like choose a product and then name it and kind of just run through there and set it up. And then it's going to give you a link. And the link is going to be a special URL that you use for sending traffic from off of Amazon to Amazon. So any traffic you send from off Amazon to Amazon, you would do that. And if you had different traffic sources, like let's say you had one traffic source that was from Facebook and then one traffic source that was from Google or whatever, you can basically use this URL and then Amazon will do an attribution for you. And you can make like a different URL for each thing. So for this one, we decided to test it out. And as you can see, we had 754 unique click-throughs, and actually 895 page views, but we only got attributed 12 purchases. So we made $178 in sales. This is a product that sells for 15 bucks or so. And we made like $178 in sales off of these 12 purchases. And if you want, you can like add more columns. Like you can add like total add to carts, clicks, units sold. Like they have a couple more things. And we can see that like 20 people added to cart, but only 12 people actually checked out. We sold 14 units because some people bought more than one unit. And that's kind of the math on that thing. So a little bit about this product. Like I said, it's a $15 product, $14.95. And it has over 10,000 reviews. So this is a really good product. And on Amazon, on sponsored products, we get a conversion rate of, we have a return on ad spend, an average of 5.98. So our return on ad spend is normally almost 6 times what we spend on ads, okay? And we even have some ad sets that are converting at like a 28 times ROAS, right? So over the course of running ads for sponsored products for the past couple years, we spent $129,000 in ad spend, and we generated $775,000 in sales using sponsored products on this. So this is a very well-performing product. This product makes millions of dollars a year in sales, and it has a lot of reviews. And it does really well on Amazon. But we decided to test Facebook attribution and run Amazon attribution, and run ads from Facebook to Amazon. And it's interesting because we ran a fairly decent amount of traffic and only got $178 in sales. And we spent $580 in sales to get that traffic. So that means that for every $1 in sale, we only made like 20 cents or something like that. I don't have the math right in front of me, but it wasn't profitable. We lost money. And so there's a couple of reasons why it happened. Amazon attribution is cool, and I like it because I can actually tell if my ads were making money for me or not. But it still needs a lot of work. And I talked to the team at Amazon and asked them if I asked them to add these features. I don't know if they're going to do it or not, but hopefully they will. But basically, there's no way for me to know, because I can't add any type of pixel or any type of information. There's no way for me to know what kind of performance my ad sets are getting. So on Facebook, I can have all kinds of different creative. I can have like, different images, different titles. I can have different audiences. I can do all kinds of different stuff. But when it comes to Amazon, it's still a black box. They'll tell me how many units I got sold, but they don't tell me which ad sets did the best. So I suppose I could create a link for every single different ad set and try to scale that way, but they just don't pass any information back to Facebook whatsoever. So none of my pixel data is getting smarter on Facebook. I'm not able to actually figure out which audience to run ads to. I can't retarget. I can't do anything very powerful because Amazon is not sharing data back to Facebook. So I know Amazon doesn't want to allow Facebook to kind of like pixel Facebook and get people's information from Facebook to have all the Amazon data, but it would be really nice if Amazon could show me people that if I could send back from Facebook to Amazon the people that have added to cart but not purchased and stuff like that. It'd be really nice to know the people that actually purchased and be able to pixel them back and send data back to Facebook. That would be so nice if we could do that. But unfortunately, they don't let us do it. And so because of that, you get crappy results where you can't scale your ads. That's not saying that Facebook's bad. I think Facebook is a fine place to advertise from. And I think even trying to use Facebook as a channel to grow your Amazon business is good, but you have to put something in between Facebook and Amazon. You need a landing page or some type of way to kind of gather that person's information and see who is actually converting for you before you send them to Amazon to buy, or you can send Facebook traffic to your Shopify store or something like that. Now there is one other thing that we should mention, and that is that Facebook ads notoriously have a higher cost of sale. They don't return as well than a sponsored product ad on Amazon, in my experience. And also like a Google ad, a Google search ad will perform better than a Facebook ad as well. And that's because of the nature of the ads. When you're on Facebook and you're scrolling through Facebook and all of a sudden you see a display ad, you're not necessarily in market for that product, right? And so it's harder to get somebody to want to buy that product on Facebook, because it wasn't like they were at Google or Amazon searching for a product and then they're like, yeah, I want to buy this, bam, like right there. So basically it comes down to the buyer's journey, right? So the buyer's journey, if we were going to super simplify it, it would be 3 stages: awareness, consideration, and then decision or purchase, right? So awareness is when you become aware of the problem. Facebook is a great place to create awareness and to really get people to be aware of a problem. So if you have like some new type of product that people aren't interested in, Facebook is a very powerful place to be able to build awareness. And it's also a decent place for consideration as well. If people are kind of thinking about buying something, but they're not sure, Facebook can kind of help educate your customer and give them some information in that place. You can run ads there. But when it comes to decision, when you're actually ready to buy, which is where you're going to get the best return on your ad spend, being right where the customer is ready to buy, when they're ready to purchase, is one of the best places to advertise. And so that's where PPC really is good. PPC is like king. So Google search, when people search for something, or Amazon, right? When people search for the product they want to buy and your product shows up right there, if it's relevant and it makes sense, you're going to have a high chance of winning and you're going to get a high return on ad spend. That's going to be better than what you're going to get usually with display advertising. Now here's the drawback of PPC. Number one, on Amazon, you're spending money to acquire a customer and you don't actually ever still acquire the customer. You're paying Amazon to show an ad, you're also paying them the commission and everything, and then they still never share with you the customer's contact information. You don't get their phone number, their email address, or even their physical address if you're doing FBA anymore. You don't get any of that information, and so that kind of sucks. Number two, though, is that you can only scale PPC as big as the search volume is. So if you're in a niche where people only search that keyword a few hundred times a month or something like that, that's the most impressions that you can get for that ad. And that's all you're ever gonna get. Whereas with display advertising, you can go target anybody that's in your demographic and show millions of people, if they happen to be in your demographic, your ad, and so you can grow much bigger. So typically, I really like to start with PPC and then run display ads. But unfortunately, Amazon attribution is not at a level right now, at least for us, for our product, to where we're able to scale that into the hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend. I wish it was, but we're not able to get that. So a couple of other things that you could do, if you have a higher end item that's more expensive, you might be able to justify a higher ad cost. Because your product is more expensive and maybe it's $100 product or whatever, you might be able to spend that money on Facebook, and even though it's costing you a lot to get the sale, it might be cheaper, because it might make sense financially, because it's a more high-end product. So the second thing that you can do is you can use Facebook as a way, or any other display advertising network for that matter, as a way to drive traffic and build your email list and be able to grow a community around your brand. So one thing that you can do is put landing pages in between Facebook and Amazon. So you're offering a coupon code or a rebate or something like that before you send somebody to Amazon. So you're capturing their email address and things like that. The other thing you can do is, if you have a Shopify store or something like that, you can send your Facebook traffic to Shopify, where there is much better reporting, where you can actually see what buyers are doing and stuff like that. So basically, when you're kind of looking at traffic and looking at additional traffic besides just sponsored products, Facebook definitely works. You can definitely get people to convert, but if you're selling a low-end product and you're sending traffic directly to Amazon, it's probably going to be challenging to get profitable return on ad spend. So if you are going to do that, you're probably better off sending it to your own website or your own landing page or something like that before you send people to Amazon directly. We are going to be doing another case study where we actually send traffic, similar ads as what we were sending to Amazon, to Shopify, and trying to scale the ads that way. And so we will look at the metrics there and see if we're able to get better conversion rates and better return on ad spend going from Facebook to Shopify, and we'll see how that goes. And then we'll probably also be doing some of this with some more high-end products that are more expensive as well. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments below if you want to see us do any experiments. And if you need help with Amazon, with e-commerce, advertising, or whatever, check out massview.com. We would love to help you, talk to you, whatever you need. We have software and services to help you grow your e-commerce business. Thanks for watching.